I found my sister wearing my husband's sweatshirt before anyone told me the truth tonight. The first thing I noticed was the sweatshirt. Gray, oversized, sleeves pushed over her hands the same way he always wore them. My husband was standing at the kitchen sink with his back turned, rinsing out a coffee mug, while my younger sister sat barefoot at my table eating cereal from one of the bowls we got for our wedding. Nobody spoke when I walked in. It was almost midnight. I had just gotten home from my second shift at the urgent care clinic. I remember hearing the television from down the hallway before I even unlocked the apartment door. Some low sports commentary, then silence. My sister finally said, "You're home early." I laughed because it was such a stupid thing to say. I was supposed to be home at 11:30. I had texted him when I left work. He turned around slowly, drying his hands with a dish towel. "You scared me. Not hey, not how was work, just that." I kept staring at the sweatshirt. It had a tiny bleach stain near the pocket from when he tried cleaning the bathroom last year. I knew every mark on it because I bought it for him after his dad died. He wore it when he couldn't sleep. My sister pulled her knees toward her chest. "I spilled tea on my clothes earlier," she said quietly. I nodded, even though nothing about her sounded believable. My heart was beating hard enough that I could feel it in my throat. The apartment smelled like the cedar candle he only lit when he cleaned, except the place wasn't clean. There were 2 wine glasses in the sink and his phone face down on the counter. I asked him directly if something was going on. He answered too fast. "No." Then she started crying. That was the moment I knew before either of them admitted it. Nobody cries like that over an innocent question. Apparently it started 4 months earlier after my mother's surgery. My sister had been staying with us on weekends because the hospital was closer to my apartment. He drove her home one night after I picked up an overnight shift, and they stopped for drinks. After that, they started texting, then meeting, then sleeping together whenever I worked late. I kept waiting for one of them to say it only happened once. Neither did. The worst part wasn't even the affair. It was hearing how ordinary it became. Grocery runs together, inside jokes, her bringing him sandwiches at his office, tiny pieces of my life handed to someone else while I was busy trying to pay rent and keep everybody afloat. I remember sitting down on the kitchen floor because my legs suddenly felt numb. My sister tried touching my shoulder, but I pulled away so hard my elbow hit the cabinet. He kept saying, "I never meant to hurt you," over and over like repetition could turn it into something useful. Around 2 in the morning, my sister left carrying a trash bag filled with her clothes. She couldn't stop crying in the hallway. I didn't follow her. My husband slept on the couch that night, though neither of us actually slept. 3 weeks later, he moved into a short-term rental across town. My mother still calls asking if I've calmed down enough to speak to my sister. I haven't answered those messages. I still haven't changed the lock on the apartment door. Sometimes I still reach for him in bed before remembering there's nobody there anymore. Last night, I found one of his black socks under the radiator and sat on the floor holding it longer than I want to admit.